finally in New York. Alright, I'm back here on death row looking for something to do. Maybe start a new project. It's a Rotary, so you know for sure the motor is blown up in 8 million pieces. It doesn't run. It's complete junk. It's a Rotary. It's junk. This van, I think it runs. I don't know what the hell I would do with it. Oh, let's not even go there. That's Shark Card XL. We're gonna be starting on that, but not anytime soon. No idea. This would be kind of cool. Ooh, I can make another merch van. This is definitely Scotto. That is not salvageable. It's junk. It's an RX-7. 3 months in quarantine, and you guys only thought I finished one car? No. These guys sent over K-Truck, and I finished that too. To get you guys caught up, this is what happened.
The never-ending saga of the K-Truck. So this whole quarantine thing has kind of like shafted a bunch of projects here. We gotta be safe. We don't want to be working in close quarters with other people, but no other project got the shaft harder than the little K-Truck. Every time we make progress on this thing, something stands in the way. Luckily, our man Suppy has generously accepted to actually fix the K-Truck at his home in Queens, New York. We're gonna load this thing up on a truck, we're gonna send it out to Suppy, and it'll be his problem. Hey, oh, nice, okay, made it down the ramp.
There he goes.
All your neighbors are looking.
This guy's a fucking asshole. Look what showed up in New York. It's finally in New York.
Yo, dude.
What a day.
I'm steering. Why you stop? Mush! He dead. I don't know what you guys are bitching about. Steering's hard work. He dead too.
Motherless.
Show him your muscles, Coop. Yeah, you gonna help us push?
Going in now.
You going in?
Wait, I see the floor from here.
Don't worry about the floor. You never seen the Flintstones? Hudson, you get in and you Flintstone it, all right?
Moving.
Coop, you're gonna hit the garage. Steer, watch where you going. Yo, you drive like your mom. It's here in my little garage. As you can see, got a lot of work to do. There's no engine in it because the bell housing that we got, the adapter, was wrong. That bell housing right there is the correct bell housing. That's Hertz out of his FC. Thanks, Hertz.
You're doing your first ad today, buddy, all right? Without supporters like this, we wouldn't be making videos, so support those who support us. You ready?
Yes.
That is the Cove Commuter 2 split. One charge, it goes up to 7 hours. That's, I mean, you don't work that long. You work about 30 minutes, so you could use this for a week. But it is a Bluetooth speaker that splits into two. So you can use one, Sean can use the other, and you guys could be halfway across the shop and still listen to music really loudly. You want to hear it?
Yeah, let me hear it.
We got Bluetooth speakers? Oh, I like these right here. Ooh, I'm out of here.
You want to know the best part about the Cove Commuter 2 is you can get 64% off using the code HOON64 on coveaudio.com.
No more bullshit, no more excuses. So I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me talk anymore. Let's get to work. Alright, quick update. This plate is done. Drilled all the holes, see? Just threaded. Problem is there's interference here and here Those two bolts are these two bolts right here. So to make it work, what I'm gonna have to do is put a notch in this. Something like that. Like that. So I made this little cut template. I'm gonna follow it with my router. Hopefully we get a nice clean cut. And that's what the cut looks like. Nice and clean cut. I'm gonna file the edges down a little bit, they're really sharp. I'm gonna go test fit it. Hopefully it goes well. The goal is to try to get everything squared away with this motor, and the first thing we got to do is remove this pan. Apparently there is no oil pickup in there, and I got to figure out a way to make an oil pickup. So the idea is to make this flange and then make a tube from here down to here. Right about here is where the pickup is going to live, kind of like where this cutout is. See, from here to here. And then you gotta put some sort of strainer so it doesn't suck up chunks or anything, just in case. All right, let me go see what materials I got. Flat plate. Ha! No, 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 no. Too big. I see something. Hold on. Yes. Now I need some sort of strainer. Got it. Hold on. I'll be right back. I just ran inside the house and I found this. My wife uses it for something, I don't know. Hey, you mother! She didn't see me take it, but this is perfect. It's got this nice stainless mesh. It's gonna be the screen for the oil pickup. I made the pickup with a tube anyway. I don't have a bender for this size tubing. So what I did was I made a bunch of tiny little pie cuts and welded it together, see? That's the flange. I already marked it where it needed to go, so it's gonna go like that. Now I need the actual head itself, piece of 3-inch. And what I'm gonna do is I went back inside and got another strainer out of the kitchen. I'm gonna take this strainer, weld it on top of that like that, and then put the mesh on top, put this strainer mesh on top of that. I really hope this works. If not, I gotta go buy something. I ran into a little snag. Of course Mazda has to use a special flywheel bolt. These right here. They're 8mm 1.0. I never had to use an 8mm 1.0 in my life. I had to order them. They'll be here tomorrow. In the meantime, what I'm gonna do, finagle that on with a clamp or something and then measure it up so I can adjust the release bearing. It screws into there so you can adjust it back and out, back and forth like that. So I'm gonna do that and call it quits for today. Tomorrow, when the bolts get here, I'll bolt it up and throw it in the car.
A lot of boring math later.
Bolts finally came in. Clutch is on. If anybody's wondering what size bolts it is, 8mm 1.0 by 20mm. The next step is gonna be get that motor on the ground, assemble it with the tranny, get this thing up on jack stands, slide the motor in, and hook up all the stuff that we did earlier. Let's go. I got a helper today.
Hello.
I think the motor should fit in here. The engine's here inside the garage. We gotta get that underneath there, but I think I want to put the transmission on first.
So it's upgrade time.
There's these two lines here that have to come out of the tranny. One's the bleed line, one's the actual pressure line. It doesn't look very good like that. Looks like the clutch might hit it. So we're gonna have to drill 2 holes on the side of the bell housing, get the lines out, mount it up, and then we'll wrestle it underneath this truck. You gonna help me?
We are going to put the engine on the jack and then put the jack under the truck, jack up the engine, and then we can screw it in.
Sounds like a good plan.
That was loud.
Cables are through. I put 2 Adele clamps there to hold it in place. Now you don't have to worry about the clutch grabbing the line, cutting the line. And I still haven't figured out how we're gonna get it inside. I'm sure we'll manage. Right?
Yep.
You know what you forgot to tell everybody?
What?
What your name is. Duh. Hudson, you get in.
Yep.
Hudson, you get in. Now, push as hard as you can forward. Nope, keep going up. Up. Jack it up. About 3.5 hours later, the engine is finally in the car. That sucked. There it is. On the ground, on my back, with my 8-year-old son manning the jack. From here on in, I don't think it's gonna suck as bad. I think the first order of business is gonna be to figure out this tranny mount, because there is really nothing here. All that's left is everything. So here we go. It's time to do some plumbing. I stuck the cam angle sensor back in. I'm gonna try to get the radiator hoses all done today. But before we can do that, I got to put the alternator back on. Took the brackets off. It was easier to get the engine in without it. At the same time, I painted it with some Steelite. Going back in today. After a few hours, the problem is this right here. There's no good place to put this because you're sitting on top of the engine. Don't really want a radiator cap that could possibly shoot up at you. After a few hours of figuring out what to do here, this is gonna go in the back, and then I have to build some sort of swirl pot to fill here with a solid cap so it can never shoot up. I don't have all the pieces to do that, so I'm gonna skip that for now. I have to build this, the oil fill, and also the breather. So I can build that. I have parts to do that, so I'm gonna do that first. Alright, it was a long day. I didn't get a lot done. I kind of called it quits early and went inside. It's like 9 o'clock at night right now here. And we're gonna be working with this stuff right now. Spaghetti. And to help me with spaghetti, spaghetti guy.
Did someone say spaghetti? Would you like some meatballs?
Look, look. Hey, gotcha.
What?
Please.
Not funny. That's gonna be a blooper.
Johnny,
Guys,
make
come
sure
on,
she's
let's
in
go.
that one.
Oh my god, no!